Okay, guys, welcome to a brand new episode of WrestleSlam, the podcast. We're joined by a very special guest, a guest that people will know quite well in person, in ring, one of the best entrances of all time. The entrance alone, I actually fall into a zone. I go into my own little world when Billy comes to the ring. It's just fairly epic. You'll have to see it, guys. April 15th, back in Cork, multitasking between Cork and Limerick, which is fantastic. But how shall we fuck off, oh Lord? It's going to be happening April 15th, Good Friday, the Circus Factory, Cork, an iconic venue for wrestling, guys. And if you don't know, that's kind of towards Parky Queeve, so kind of down, I suppose. I always kind of get mixed up between the Marina Road and the Monaghan Road. But Billy, for all the fans out there, what's the best way to describe the location? First of all, it's a really great venue.
Yeah, thanks, lads. Thanks very much for having me back. I always enjoy our chats, in fairness. You're a great bunch of guys, and thanks again for all the support and all the attention you give us. I think it is great to have you involved. It's not Centre Park Road either. I'm the same. Like, I know where I'm going, but it's very hard to tell you where I'm going. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like my life.
We all know where it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I think it's down the Marina.
Yeah.
The best way to describe it is that it's a 2-minute walk from the market.
Yeah, right across.
Yeah.
Directly
Absolutely.
across.
Yeah. They're a great bunch of lads. In fairness, the Circus Factory. Yeah, you're right. We're kind of going between Cork and Limerick. You probably want to see us a lot more in Cork, I'd say, over the summer. We should have a big announcement in the next few days. I'll give you the scoop on Friday. Trust me, you can announce it. We hopefully, fingers crossed, we have huge news with a wrestler and a venue for our anniversary show in July. And I'm getting tingles now just even thinking about it. I can't say it right now because it's not confirmed, but it's nearly confirmed. But you can announce it on social media on Friday. I'll give you the graphic and everything before we're going to announce it at the show, but you can do it at social media for me. Yeah, it's going to be really big.
Definitely. And we just spoke to you prior to you coming on live to the show, but obviously Belfast, Derry, Limerick, Dublin, constant, the life of a god, the life of a man that's on a mission, the life of an achiever and a guy that's going to make headlines all around the world and across Ireland. But look, it's a busy few days for you. You don't want to stop, and you never will stop. So obviously you've been up the country. How's life outside of Cork?
Do you know what? Life's great. Like, at the moment, in wrestling terms, this is what we wanted when we were sitting at home, looking at the walls during lockdown. Like, you'd Phoenix Wrestling wrestlers in UK at the moment. Steve Savage, he's still there, the L&D champion. Yeah. You had Reardon O'Connor down in Trebolgan representing us. You had us in up at Titanic, even though there's a bit of animosity between the two brands. We're still trying to do business with each other in that regard. Like, so I was wrestling myself, Butch Armstrong, who were undefeated as a tag team. The Phoenix Outsiders, we're now calling ourselves. We got the victory over Titanic yesterday.
Yes.
In Derry. We had I was up in Belfast as well, cheering on the boys, Justy and whatnot on Saturday. So April is particularly is really busy in a great way. We have, like, even yesterday there was No Limit Wrestling as well. Raven Creed was represented in there, and there's OTT again on Sunday up in Belfast. It's mad, it's brilliant. And Fight Factory as well in 2 weeks. This is what we want. Yeah. This is what we want. We want everybody working everywhere, everyone working with each other, getting us, all the brands working with each other. Irish wrestling is a great place, and I'm delighted to be kind of doing my bit as well.
The boom is back. Now, I know Joe Rush, I know Phil, I know Matt, I know Lizzie, they're all looking forward to April 15th. It's an excuse for all of us to get out. We have very ordinary lives, outside the WrestleSlam. We work, and we don't. Lizzie's giving me a look. Sorry, Lizzie's the superstar. She's been missing the last couple of weeks. She's been having fun, but like for myself, Joe, Matt, and Phil, we live a typical ordinary life.
You.
And we really just live an ordinary life. Bear Liz has a great life. But listen, April 15th, Joe, you're looking forward to it, Joe. I know you are, and it's going to be a mad night. But there's been some matches announced. We're seeing some great matches announced. We know we got some big stars attending April 15th as well. So, Joe, What really stands out to you, and what gives you that thrill via Phoenix at Circus Factory?
I'll take my one.
No. Up until yesterday, I was looking forward to obviously big demo and LJ. But after Justy's promo on Twitter there during the day, oh my God, I can't wait for this war between Titanic and Phoenix. It's going to be epic. I think there's potential there for feud of the year. The way things are going, it looks like it. And being from that part of the country, you know, or up the north or somewhere like, you know, and around there, I don't know which way to sway. Like, you know, I'd have to support Phoenix, like, you know, but part of me, you know, I haven't been to see Titanic yet live, so I would actually really love to go up there sometime and see what they're all about and see what they actually have. But I'm really looking forward to this feud. I think it's going to be epic.
Izzy, sort him out there. He's.
This boy wants to know where he's sleeping. This boy would want to know where he's sleeping, because do you go up and watch your Titanic now and cheer for them in the future? See if they'll give you a bed to put the head down in.
Don't forget, it's the anniversary of Titanic sinking, you know, in around this week. So, you know, Titanic wrestling are going to sink in.
Go and sink on Friday too. Whoop.
I love it. No, what I've noticed, Billy, we're seeing a lot of text via Phil Boyd. You know, Phil is he's a veteran when it comes to Irish wrestling.
Yeah,
he's going to be in a match, obviously, with Terry Thatcher and of course Fabulous Nikki. But what was it like putting the card together? Because look, we're seeing a fantastic showcasing of you know, some of the country's best wrestlers on that card.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to leave people off sometimes, you know. I mean, we got a great group, and we're spoiled for choice, to be honest with you. Like, even with ourselves, what we have as a talent pool, but like we have a lot of close allegiances with the Fight Factory as well, you know. We're spoiled for choice when it comes to putting shows on. But like, to be honest with you, we want to figure out who's the true number one contender for Justy. Yeah. Steve is number one contender in the waiting, but himself and Justy have some unfinished business, as do I with Titanic, right? More on that during the week, but like, we got Justy asked me to just put that aside for one moment. Like, Terry Thatcher's calling them out morning, noon, and night, but like, Terry's been coming and going and missing in action as well a few times. So like, does he deserve a shot? I know he mightn't have been pinned, but as Justy alluded to, he hasn't been around either, you know. Phil is his tag team partner, but Phil would pin him to the mat in 2 seconds if you could get a singles run out of it as well, you know. So, because Phil's around a long time, and Nicky's been with us for since day one. He's a Phoenix original and a CCW original as well. But for that matter, he's been around the scene in Cork for years. Big fan of his. So, you know, I think it's a really intriguing match, to be honest with you. I have no, like, from obviously I know what kind of what way things will probably run, but from an attraction point of view, it's an intriguing match to know what way they're going to put that together. Like, so I can't wait for that, to be fair. 3 very different styles, and that could be match of the night or match of the last 6 months, if you ask me, you know.
Definitely. And like, we have to speak, you know, like we speak of Circus Factory. First of all, it's just a beautiful place. It's just, you know, like we were there for the last show, very enclosed, you know. You're it's like an intimate event, you know. The ring's right in front of you, you know, the fans are right next to you. People's having a great time, you know. There's drink flowing, you know what I mean. Yep. There was a guy behind us, Joe, and I think Phil, you remember that, and Matt, the guy that he kept doing all the hand signs, and he was like, "Bless me," you know, the guy that was with
Savior.
Yeah, it was
Savior, yeah.
It was unbelievable. But like,
well, we're nearly sold out. I just checking Ticketmaster there, because I know I actually called a couple of my buddies who were going that didn't buy tickets. They never do to the last minute. I was like, look, lads, I literally won't be letting you in because we don't have seats for you. And even at this point, we'll have a bigger crowd than we had the last time because we're allowed to have more people in. Very close to being sold out, I must say, and it will sell out before the night. So I would be shocked if there was walk-ups. I'm just trying to make sure I have enough seats now at this point. So I'll be driving around the van on Friday, beg, borrowing, and stealing, I'd say. But no, look, they're a great bunch. In fairness, they're accommodating a big demo seminar as well that day. For a lot of, like, there'll be a lot of wrestlers that aren't wrestling on the card that'll be around the place as well, from the Fight Factory, Titanic, and even ourselves. All the Phoenix lads were trying to learn from Big Damo. You know, he's been around a long time over in NXT and all that kind of stuff. And like, it's great to have him for a 3-hour seminar as well during the day. So thanks very much for Circus Factory for having that and giving us that facility, you know. So yeah, big shout out to them.
Now, Phil, I know you're a big Demo fan. Obviously, big Demo on the card via Phoenix and the seminar prior to that. That's a huge boost for Cork, isn't it?
Oh, it's massive. Like, it's probably the biggest star in a long while. Like, what was the last kind of massive star? Would have been Finn Balor, would it? That would have been.
Yeah, he would have been. Yeah, and that was before he went to NXT or before he went over to America, and he was booked for a seminar, a big seminar. It wasn't a show, like so. Yeah. I can't remember. I was just trying to think back with when CCW days was there. Like I know there was some big English names.
Will Ospreay, I think.
Will Ospreay, yeah, would have probably been the biggest one. The surprise that hopefully I'm about to pull off is bigger than Will Ospreay. By the way, on hopefully on Friday, a lot bigger than Will Ospreay. But today it's the biggest name that I've been involved with in Phoenix, and I can't wait. I really can't.
Definitely. We just have to get a little hint. Like, are we? I know you can't give away too much, but is it? Are we looking at the same venue? Are we going to stick? Is it going to be Cork, Limerick, or elsewhere?
Cork.
That's all we need to know.
I think you're going to see a lot. I think you're going to see us. The Cork's home. Do you know, we're training schools in Limerick through circumstances that aren't or outside of my control at the moment. You know, things going well, we could open a second school back in Cork in the next year and a year and a half, as soon as we get the last one paid off. But like, our home is Cork, our bread and butter is Cork, and I think we've been kind of doing every second one. But I think you'll see a bit of a shift going back to where we know our big fan base is. We're going to give back to our fan base, and we're going to thank them for the support and the loyalty that they've shown us over the last 4 years. And we're going to have a hell of a party, hopefully, on the 23rd of July.
And obviously, it's going to be below, is it still, in the circus?
No, I don't think so. I don't want to be saying it now. Like,
don't spoil it.
Yeah, I won't spoil it because I'm actually going down to Cork on Wednesday to iron out everything, and I have a few bits and pieces to do yet. But look, we're very, very close to a huge announcement. But I'll let you guys know first. Don't worry, in a few days. I won't leave you wait till Friday.
Well, we got enough there. At least we know it's in Cork, and that's a huge thing. And like as you said, look, Ospreay, you've seen Tyler Bate, but when you say bigger than Ospreay, like that's it's magic. And look, we look forward to that announcement. Hopefully, it does come in a few days, but we look forward to that. And it just goes to show like a sign of strength. That Billy, I remember we spoke in different circumstances a long time ago via pandemic. And shit was at a really bad place. You know what I mean? There was no real, positive outcomes. It was just really looking kind of down and out at the end of the barrel. But like things are looking up. And as you see, the fan base in Limerick is huge. Cork, we were at the last Circus Factory. And yet again, what a night that was. And lucky enough, this time we have an after party as well. If fans want to come back to the Macau Casino for some drinks and maybe, talk to the stars.
Yeah, and fair play to you for sorting that out. I think that's a great idea. I think it's something we can probably run, if it works out, we could probably run on nearly every time we're in Cork. Because, look, it's only down the road, and it's good to give back to places that you're running your own events with as well from a WrestleMania point of view. That looked really cool. I saw it on social media. So look, if we can team up and do that again, I'd love to. I'm looking forward to closing the door in the fucking van. Sorry for swearing. And sitting down having a drink, and just taking a big deep breath and go, because I'm coming home. I'm coming home for Easter, and I'm going to the Cork match as well on Sunday. So I'm going to immerse myself in Cork for about 4 or 5 days before I come back up here. So I'm buzzing for it. But yeah, the Macau is going to be a great crack, I'd say. And we'll have a lot of Phoenix wrestlers knocking around the place as well. So, and to a question that you asked me a couple of weeks ago about who will we get for the quiz with Liz, I haven't approached the subject with him yet, but I'm pretty certain that we can get Big Damo for you. So yeah, that should be okay. That
would be epic. Now, speaking of the quiz with Liz and Liz herself, Lizzie, you're a big fan of the Circus Factory, and I know you're a huge fan of Phoenix Wrestling. Obviously, you're well up for this Friday, April 15th.
I can't wait. I literally cannot wait. I think we've probably had, lifestyle-wise, the busiest February, March, and April ever. The months are just flying by, and it feels like the other one was only a few weeks ago, even though it was like start of December. But literally, can't wait. I cannot wait. The atmosphere there and the buzz of that true... the heart of the true fan base. It's just crazy. You can get so swept up in it. It's infectious, and you can feel it. You can feel the love. You can feel the energy. You can feel them rooting for their favorites, but you can also feel the respect that they have for those who maybe aren't their favorites, or maybe, you know, maybe not be from Cork, but, you know, a bit of that. But you can just feel the admiration, the love, respect, and the appreciation. And we've just missed it for so long. And the fact that we're getting it back now, I literally cannot wait. And the match with Jay Money, I actually can't deal with it. He just cracks me up. Like, he just literally cracks me up. So this now, I just cannot wait for it. Cracks me up. So yeah, bring on Friday, come on.
Bring it on. And Matt Murphy, look, you've been honoured and blessed to attend Phoenix events. Obviously, we were at the last Circus Factory. What a night, Matt. What stood out for you? There were so many moments. I think you actually got a wallet.
Look at this. I'm never off. Look, Andy Steele ringing me out from Savers of Destiny, like live on the podcast. Like, Jesus Christ, they're not giving me 5 minutes. God damn it.
Come on.
Take the call if you need to take the call. There's no panic. But Matt Murphy, you've been lucky enough to attend Phoenix, and of course been at the last Circus Factory. And I think at one stage you almost got hit. There was someone made a little maneuver out of the ring, and I think they clocked Matt Murphy. But look, Matt, what are you looking forward to most come this Friday? It's going to be a great night.
I mean, I might as well show my reason why I'm the bump guy of the podcast, like, for God's sake, lads. But I'll air out my point, but I'm going to ask the hard questions now, Billy. It's going to be Easter Sunday, but are we going to be bad and say that, are we allowed to bring in Easter eggs, or are we going to get Easter eggs at this venue of Phoenix, at the Circus Factory?
I don't know about get Easter eggs. There'll be a bag of cans raffle as usual. I might have an Easter egg raffle as well, you know what I mean? I might have an Easter egg raffle as well, but I think it's more I think people are looking for the bags of cans rather than the bags of Easter eggs, or certain or cohort of fans, you know. But
we can always be bad and have both now, Billy. Sure.
That's what I'm just saying. That's just a good idea. I might get it.
Take the top off an Easter egg and pour a can in it and drink it out of it.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't give me ideas. No, don't give me ideas for my entrance.
In your egg.
Cracking eggs and cracking
skulls.
Yeah.
But no, I'm absolutely buzzing with the last Friday. Last video in the Circus Factory was absolutely amazing, and I think I said this on the podcast. I prefer actually being in the Circus Factory, being in like this small area cheering for a wrestling match, instead of being in this huge arena with thousands of fans. It's just something about being in that cramped area with so many fans just passionate about wrestling, about cheering, is just something special. And that's why I recommend everyone go to these local shows, support your local areas. And the fact that so many fans showed up to support Phoenix shows that their love for wrestling and Irish wrestling. And we're going to be there. We're buzzing for it. We're going to be close to the action, except for me. I'm still traumatized from the last one now. But anyway, I'm looking forward to Friday. And of course, big demo. What can we say, lads? So
yeah, that's going to be a very interesting match. In fairness, with LJ, who's a great wrestler, like a bit of a shit person with the Saviors, like. But however, he's a great wrestler. We can't deny that. In fairness, one of the best in Europe. You know.
I heard that Ezekiel from WWE is coming as well, is he? No.
That's right. Look, that's probably what Andy Steele was ringing me about, wondering. Where's Owen Richards gone, and why is he partnering with Ezekiel? But that seems to be the trend going around the place right now, you know. But yeah, that's obviously a great similarity. In fairness,
he looks like him, you know.
Yeah, I'm really excited to work. I've never worked with. I've never seen Big Guns Joe wrestle. He was at one of the Keno shows before in the back area, but we've been in contact for quite some time with pandemics and stuff. He was booked at the show that the original How Should We Fuck Off, Oh Lord, 2 years ago. But we obviously, for reasons we couldn't do the show. But and Gene Money, who is fast becoming one of my favorite people. I think we'll see a lot of him going forward, to be fair. So that match with the Saviors is going to be great, and his stars rising as well over in Progress and whatnot. So
yeah, he's facing what's his name on Monday, isn't he? What is he?
The Octopus.
Yeah, he's facing him on Monday, isn't he? In Progress.
He is, yeah. In fairness to him, he's doing really well. I'd love to see him in a singles match against Justy for the belt. So we might get that. We might get around to that at some point. Justy.
What a promo! Honestly, if you haven't seen it, go on Twitter and on the Phoenix page and see Justy.
Amazing.
Unreal.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned about the Saviors. I remember when the Saviors made their entrance at Circus Factory last time, and literally it was like 1 second they made their entrance. I just leaned into Phil and I said, "I love these guys."
Yep.
So happy, love these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there's not a lot of, well, there's a few tag teams around Ireland, like, but there's not as many as there should be, you know. But these guys are dedicated to their craft. They've really invested in themselves and in their look and in their gimmick and everything. And I wish them the best of success in every promotion, not just ours. Like, but yeah, they're really good guys, even though they've shit. Sorry for swearing again. Kind of attitude, but like, I know behind it all they're all right, you know.
Well, crowd favorite. We just have to quickly mention, obviously, this show is brought to you by Manscaped.com. Don't forget, guys, promo code WrestleSlam will give you 20% off. And of course, free delivery, looking after 8 million balls worldwide, Jor. 8 million balls. And Jor is a different man. Since the products were sent to Jor, he's got that extra bit of swagger in his walk. I always say it. Lizzie, you know, it's just a life changer. You know what I mean? So many products right now. Head on over to manscaped.com. It's changed Phil well, hasn't it, Phil?
Reardon is the only person who's silky smooth, you know.
I love it.
Very good.
Magic word, of course. Don't forget the Lawnmower 4.0. Precise trim below the waist. The advanced skin safe technology reduces cuts to the most delicate areas. And don't forget as well, guys, deodorant. And no, not for your balls, for your stinky armpits. Yes, there's the whole shebang covered. Body wash, 2-in-1 shampoo, conditioner. Just clean the scalp with an easy one step, and there's so much more. Head on over to manscaped.com. Use our promo code WrestleSlam, 20% off, free delivery as well, guys. So thank you to manscaped.com for coming on board. Now, what I want to mention as well, when we have Billy on with us, right, there's a new little thing kicking off, Billy. Wrestling with the Squad, Monday night Fight Club. Tell us a little bit about that. That looks incredible.
Yeah, I'm literally just back from Limerick. Just literally 5 minutes before the podcast started recording. So basically, look, we've been working with a few people in this since before Christmas. Debbie Greitel is one of the ones that were leading the charge with Anita Vaughan and Katie Harvey, right? It's after kind of like through this whole pandemic and with Irish wrestling, we don't have enough inclusivity. Right, it's and wrestling in general sometimes can be seen as a bit of a boys' club, and we're trying to look. It's up to us as owners and promoters and trainers and whatnot to try and change the culture in Ireland, right? And we certainly don't have enough women wrestling, right? We just made a point yesterday that there was two triple threats, one in Titanic, one in NNW. Every single Irish woman was wrestling yesterday. If one got injured, there was no more to fill in. That's only 6 working in the country. Do you know what I mean? So like, that's not enough in comparison to maybe we're falling over fucking men, falling over men, if you know what I mean. So it's up to us to try and promote this. And what we're trying to do is promote inclusivity and belonging and all that kind of stuff, and inclusion. So every second week, so it's starting off tonight in Phoenix, and then next week will be in Fight Factory, and then every second week in Limerick again. We're going to have like, not just women only, but like if you're non-binary or trans or any kind of a genre there that you want to, like, wouldn't be, you know, you might be afraid to come because you might think it's a boys' club, then look, we're more than welcome, and that's the kind of message we're trying to get across, that we want to get more people involved. Wrestling is for everybody, you know, and we're trying to really extend that olive branch and open the doors and take away that stigma that it's just a boys' club or whatnot. And that's basically where we're at with it. So we've had a successful venture tonight. I think there's six signed up in Limerick, and I think there's another 6 or 7 signed up in Dublin for next week. So look, if we can get 3 or 4 of those to a show in 6 months' time, it's been successful, you know. So we're in it for the long haul. We want, like, failure won't be that we maybe only get 2 or 3 people in one night. we're in this for the long haul. We want to do it for 6 months and see can we really rattle enough trees to make sure that we make sure that everyone that wants to be involved can be involved and they're not afraid to come forward. Like, so that's basically the message that's there, you know. So yeah.
And like we've seen the success with Raven and with Debbie and even Katie Harvey being the queen of women's wrestling, and obviously Sesh Martina. But you rallied on a good point there, Billy. Like if one gets injured, it's, as you said, there's only a variety to choose from, and that's a great thing for them because they're getting so much work. But there's obviously room for a lot more to join and be part of this. You know what I mean? This huge team across Ireland. Like who knows? In a couple of years, we could have an all women's, you know, event. It could happen. But obviously, that's
definitely
the key.
Definitely, I want to do that. I've said that to people. I want to do that in Cork. 100%. That's the aim. That's the end goal. Katie Harvey, in fairness, drove down from Dublin tonight. Debbie Greiteller has driven down from Dublin tonight. And Anita Vaughan has driven up from Cork tonight, and they're down there now tonight. Now I went down as well just to set it up and all that kind of stuff because I had the sound equipment in the back of the car. But anyway, so they're down there tonight and they're looking after it, and that just goes to great commitment. And also it just shows how the great working relationship that we're having with the Fight Factory and Titanic and whatnot. That we're not just standalone anymore, and we can see the value of working with each other into promotion, like, you know what I mean. So I mean, it just, like, the unity is great, like, and like we're stronger together, and that's the bottom line, you know. So
definitely. Now we have a lethal weapon when it comes to Lizzie versus Debbie for a title down the road. Could be a match that would be box office, I think.
Surprised you're not training tonight. You know, the door is open there now, like, so, you know.
Could you imagine? I'm not sure how much of a wrestler I'd make. I think I'd be an absolute mean valley, but I'm not sure how much of a wrestler it would be. But
there you go.
Yeah, who knows? You never know. But I'm so, like, this is groundbreaking. I am so excited about this. When I was reading about it during the week, and myself and Jerry were chatting about it as well during the week, and like, it's just, there's nothing like this in the country. Now, look, come here. You can sign up anywhere and, you know, wrestle anywhere like that, but you know, not everybody, whereas I would talk to the wall and I would absolutely give everything that I get back and then some, but not everybody has that, and not everybody would feel confident enough to walk up to the door of a place that, as Billy was saying, can be misconstrued as a boys' club or a man's world, and have the drive, have the passion as a fan, as an athlete, and be able to take that extra step. This is such a great tool for people who feel that way, because it can be intimidating. There's a lot of experience and a lot of maybe testosterone in those rooms at times as well. So to walk into that as somebody who's never been exposed to that, but just has a passion for what they want to do, to make that a more welcoming, secure, friendly, and non-judgmental environment in this day and age is essential. It's groundbreaking, and I am so happy for this and proud more than anything. I think it's phenomenal.
Thanks a million. Well, the thing is, like, wrestling isn't. I'm not for segregating in wrestling, because we do a lot of intergender stuff and all that kind of stuff. But at the very start, when it comes to the training, I do fundamentally believe that we're probably better off doing it this way. Do you know what I mean? Because like you said, it's intimidating. It was intimidating for me when I walked in the first day of CCW like 8 years ago. Do you know, I was terrified, and I was a 34-year-old man. Do you know what I mean? Terrified, and it was not like, I was absolutely bricking myself. Do you know? So I can imagine how you'd be if you're 19, 20, and you have, you know, you're identifying in certain areas and whatnot. And you might think that you might be judged, or you mightn't be safe or secure. And that's something that we just, as owners and business owners and all that kind of stuff, it's great to be putting on shows, it's great to be booking big demos and what, like, but we also have a responsibility for the other side of it, to try and have the conveyor belt going for the next people to come in and the next people to come in. Because the likes of Valkyrie, she's signed in WWE. You see Myla Grace, who's kind of probably going to be the next one. Like, so the conveyor belt needs to keep going, whether you're a man, woman, or whatever. Like, do you know what I mean? That's the responsibility we have. So, like, we can either use what we have for good, which what we're going to do, or we could close the doors. And I don't think anybody is in that mindset. So, I think it's great what we're doing, and I'm delighted to be doing it in conjunction with the Fight Factory. And we're probably going to extend that as well up north to Titanic, if we can ever get our differences aside in the ring. But anyway, I'm sure we will eventually.
I love it. And just a quick question: what's the best? Like, what's the age category So is it any age from 16 up, 18 up?
16 up. 16 up, yeah.
Yeah,
From insurance purposes and development purposes, your 16 up is probably from a maturity level, you know what I mean? So I think 16 up, yeah.
I love it.
We gotta get maturity now, like what's the cap?
Say that again?
Speaking of like a maturity level now, like what's the cap? Like 16 to...
Well, I'm 42, going on 43, like, and I'm not leaving my boots in the ring at all, like Triple H, like, so, like, I mean, there's no such thing as ageism or sexism or racism or any ism in wrestling, as far as I'm concerned. If you're good enough, you're old enough. So, and that goes if you're young enough or old. So, I'm hopefully I have a little bit more left to give as well. So, yeah.
Is there any female referees in the country?
No, sorry, there is. My apologies. There was one up in the north. She went by the name of Haley the Tiny. She did a little bit in the old PWU, and I think she was doing a little bit with Best as well when that was going. I think that's kind of rebranding at the minute. So there is one, but again, there's not enough referees either. Poor old Foxy's flat from getting up and down from the street counts. You know, again, we're trying to develop a ref as well in Phoenix. So we have one guy in Limerick that we're trying to train up. He's a good guy. To take the break, to give Foxy at least enough time for a cup of tea on the show day. You know what I mean?
I love it. No, there was a lot of messages just in regards to the tag match as well. Obviously, Rock Shandy, I think they really got the place going prior to this show. Obviously, they're a huge tag team. Obviously, we have, Matt Schuyler, guys, what a guy, and Reardon O'Connor, what a tag team. That is like local. Yeah. That is huge. These are guys to watch out for the future, no doubt.
There's two tag teams coming out of Phoenix at the minute. We got One Night Stand, who were kind of cobbled together at the last show, but they did so well that we have a Second Night Stand. Maybe they're going to be friends with benefits or something at this point. But it's Dino Power and Butch Armstrong, who seems to be a tag team expert as far as Mike was saying. So I tagged them personally myself yesterday. You've got Too Smooth. I think they're calling themselves Too Smooth to Die at this point. Reardon O'Connor and Matt Schuyler. It's great to see Matt Schuyler back. He missed a couple of shows, but it's great to see him back. Very ultra talented guy. You've got Fabio and Justin Daniels. I mean, that's like they're wrestling 101. Like, in fairness to them. Rock Shandy, yeah, they're if you're watching Twitter today, they seem to be going through a little bit of a rocky patch up in Fight Factory, so I hope that doesn't affect them down next Friday night with us. You've got Surf and Turf, who just became tag team champions in Titanic, and because it's a gauntlet, you never know who would be turning up in that regard. So it's not just, I'd say, 2BC. I think there's a lot more tag teams going to be putting their hand up over the next couple of days for that one. Personally, I think the match that I'm looking forward to the most is the actual rematch between Anita Vaughan and Raven Creed. We were supposed to get that in Limerick, but I'm delighted we didn't know, because we have it in Cork, because that's where those two are going to tear the house down. Obviously, Anita Vaughan got COVID the day of the show last time out, so Raven put her titles aspirations aside and beat the shit out of Matt Schuyler on the night. But I'm looking forward to Anita Vaughan and Raven Creed are going to tear the house down as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
And we have to quickly mention Anita. Like she's really come on leaps and bounds. A great girl to cut a promo as well, but she will cause big problems for Raven Creed, there's no doubt. There's going to be years and years of feuding between the two of them.
Yeah, I saw her yesterday up in Titanic. She is, I think, untapped potential. I think she's unbelievable on the mic. I think she's a great look. I think she's training really hard. She's coming on leaps and bounds. If Raven Creed underestimated her, which I don't think she will, in fairness, because Raven Creed's been around the block, and I don't think she wants to leave her title go so quickly. But I think Anita Vaughan has a lot of tools as well. So, it's an interesting matchup.
Love it. Now, guys, don't forget, you heard the man himself, limited tickets. It is, a banker to be a sellout. So for all Billy's friends, get your tickets. For anyone looking for tickets, get your tickets. This coming Friday, April 15th, Good Friday. It's going to be awesome. The Circus Factory, Cork, right across from the Arena Market, guys. It is in walking distance from Cork City Centre. Don't forget the after party will be at the McCool Casino Cork. Do come along to that as well and meet all the Phoenix crew. Get your pictures taken and have a drink or two. I'm sure Billy will happily accept a drink or two because he's been working hard all week. So look, points.
100%. 100%. Listen, I just want to thank I want to thank you guys specifically, but I want to thank everybody who's listening to this. Like, I nearly started crying in my entrance with the emotion in the circus factory last day. I swear to God, I'm getting wild up now, like, because you said, like, the people that were waiting for us to come back to Cork, like, and the outpour of emotion from me particular, because I've been through the ringer, financially, emotionally, spiritually, everything with Phoenix over the last, and even Cork wrestling for the last 7 or 8 years. But just to see that people care, and to see that warm embrace that I got when I came out, I swear to God, I'll never forget it. And I thank everyone from the bottom of my heart. And I thank everyone for buying a ticket and everyone for supporting us. So thank you very, very much.
It means a lot. We can't wait for Friday. We're all going to be there. We're excited. Yeah. It's going to be epic. Come and see the star-studded lineup. All the matches will be incredible. You'll have, the laugh of your life. You know what I mean? I'm sure, it's something you won't forget, guys. Trust me. This coming Friday, the Circus Factory Cork Phoenix Wrestling back where they belong in the Rebel County, back home. So do get your tickets ASAP. We'll have all the links. And guys, don't forget as well, Josh Alexander was on with us earlier on. Do check out that interview as well. And a big thanks to manscaped.com. Use that promo code WrestleSlam, 20% off from myself, Jerry, from Phil, from Jerry and Liz, from Matt, and of course, Billy, Phoenix Wrestling. We will catch you soon. Good Friday. Can't come fast enough. We'll see you this Friday, guys. God bless, be safe, and thank you very much.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.